All right, let's bring in Emory Hunt to talk about this signing and what it means for the Chiefs here. So first off, Emory, as you are a talent evaluator, you want to hit on one of your top picks, and then when they hit, you want to be able to reward them. What do you think about this deal today?
You nailed it, Tommy, because I love this thing for Karlaftis and the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming out of college, I had a first-round grade on George Karlaftis, and I was a big fan of his going back to when I saw him initially at the high school All-American game. And he goes to Purdue. He was dominant from day one. He lands in Kansas City in the first round, and some people thought that was a reach because he wasn't the wowing type of pass rusher, wasn't overly twitchy or whatnot, but he was so productive and has been super productive for Kansas City in a workmanlike effort. He's good versus the run. He's strong against the in terms of rushing the passer. You talked about 24.5 sacks. He also has 24 TFLs in that time as well. So he's doing it well on both ends of defense. I like the signing for Kansas City. Pay your best players that also go out there and show it from a leadership perspective, and that's what George Karlaftis is. He's someone that does it well each and every week.
Sometimes there's really good players that are on good teams, and so you see, if you go to his Football Reference, you'll see two-time Super Bowl champ, but there's no individual accolades. Do you think sometimes he's still getting a little bit disrespected given the game that he's got, Emory?
I believe so, and here's the reason why, Tommy. We know a lot of times it's all about, flash and pomp and circumstance. Maybe you should start doing a sack dance when he gets a sack or something like that so people can remember him, because they truly underestimate how valuable it is to have someone alongside a Chris Jones that does his 111, right? So he's playing well versus the run. He doesn't get blown off the football. He's able to get pressure, which then funnels things back to other guys so they can have success. But what I love about what he did recently, he had great play in the playoffs. You talk about 4 TFLs, 4 sacks, 8 quarterback hits in the playoffs. So when the stakes were highest, he had a sack in the Super Bowl, he showed up. And that's what you want. Hey, you may not be the flashiest guy, you may not be the most boisterous or whatnot, but when we need you to make a play, you go out there, you make the plays that are there to be made, and you go above and beyond the call of duty in terms of making other plays and making everyone around you better. So he's a good football player, a great teammate, and this is going to help bolster their defense once again.
They're doing stuff on defense, bolstering the O-line on offense. What have you been making of Brett Veach here? Of course, we're talking about Trey Smith getting up late last week, and now we've got Karlaftis today.
Yeah, handle the point of attack. Football is all about the point of attack, going back to 1869 with Rutgers and Princeton, right? It's all about O-line, D-line play, and if you're strong on both sides of the line of scrimmage, you're going to win a lot of games. Remember, this defense was really good last year. It wasn't the defense that got them in trouble against Philadelphia per se. It was more so they couldn't block anybody. So you're finding out that they're going out and get better along the offensive line, retaining their good players and building around those cornerstone pieces. So yes, I love what he's doing, and you're adding other playmakers around both sides of the ball. Noah Williams, a rookie pick out of Cal, outstanding corner, another ball magnet that they're going to add on the back end. So yes, I love what they've done this offseason, but it starts with keeping and retaining your best players.
All right, when it comes to the Karlaftis deal, Emory, give me a grade.
Selfishly, A+. Again, when you're high on a prospect coming out of college and he hits, you want to keep nailing that evaluation. So for me, getting a guy that helps out Chris Jones is already an A+, and you're getting him at a great value price in terms of what he's going to become. So you're probably going to have to revisit this a couple years from now, but I do think he's trending in the right direction. He's a fantastic defensive end. I say that in terms of being able to play the run and also getting after the quarterback. So yes, this was an A+ signing, re-signing, or extension for Kansas City. Still making those moves, trying to make another run through the AFC to the big game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Emory, certainly appreciate it. Again, George Karlaftis is going to be getting a deal, and we're about, a month and a half away from NFL on CBS Sunday. CBS and Paramount Plus is your home. Got more than 100 regular season games and more Sunday games than any other.